Hello and good morning, everyone. It is my great pleasure and privilege to open the first European Confederation of Institutes of Internal Auditors Insurance Committee Forum. My name is Stephen Licence and I have the great pleasure of also chairing the ECIA's Insurance Committee. I'm also the Group Chief Internal Auditor at Legal & General Group plc in the UK. Thank you in advance to everyone who's made today's virtual forum a possibility, particularly to Pascal and the many contributors and facilitators that will present to you today. And thank you to everyone who has joined the forum from across Europe. The ECIA's mission is to be the consolidated voice for the profession in Europe and to promote the role of internal audit and good corporate governance by dealing with the European Union, its Parliament and Commission, and other European regulators and associations representing our key stakeholders. The ECIA's role is to provide guidance and support to internal auditors across the continent of Europe. And supporting this goal, the Insurance Committee's role is to support those of you working specifically in the insurance sector to fulfil our specific mandate under the various regulatory frameworks. Since 2019, the committee and its members have published a number of significant guidance papers. In 2019, we published clear and specific guidance to help practitioners across Europe operate within the Solvency II environment. We've also published detailed guidance to practitioners on topics including outsourcing, including remote working, data analytics, and various other topics. Never has it been more important for our industry and our profession to collaborate and work professionally together. The purpose of the ECIA and the forum today is to help facilitate that collaboration through providing networking opportunities with colleagues across the insurance industry and to help share thoughts and insights and thought leadership on some of the most important topics facing our industry. As we meet today, a new variant of COVID-19, Omicron, is sadly emerging as a new threat across the globe and across Europe. As we know, the COVID-19 pandemic has been the most significant disruptive event for decades, which will impact political, social, and the economic environment in which we operate for many years to come. Amongst other things, the emergence of the pandemic has been a catalyst for the rapid progression of several distinct pre-existing macroeconomic trends. The use of new technology, for example, artificial intelligence, and the role and structure of workplaces and how we operate in future. And importantly, the whole topic of climate change. These are some of the macro trends that we'll be focusing on and discussing today. Undoubtedly, the pandemic has accelerated growing attention around ESG and sustainability and significant stakeholder value issues. It's also true that the robustness of governance mechanisms has clearly appeared as an essential element for the current and future resilience of many of our companies. The ECIA has involved an extensive international survey to assess and provide insight into some of these issues and the COVID crisis. As an example, the ECIA's Risk in Focus 2021 survey highlighted that 22% of chief audit executives see climate change and environmental sustainability as one of their top 5 risks. This is a more than a 50% increase on the 14% who said in the same survey in 2020. Moreover, 41% of chief audit executives believe this is a top risk and will be a top risk for the next 3 years. No other risk area is expected to gain more of a priority over this period. Cybersecurity and data security has been one of the top 3 priority risks in the Risk in Focus survey over the past 5 years. It is documented as the #1 priority risk for 2021, and this trend is expected to continue again for the next 3 years. Today's data analytics session will outline some of the practical experiences and considerations of how and where to invest in order to transform insurance internal audit functions into a more data-led operation. So in today's forum, we'll hear from stakeholders, regulators, and internal audit practitioners in the insurance sector, who will discuss some of the key issues and trends in our industry. This morning, we will hear from Andreas Brandstetter, the CEO of Unica, Ana Teresa Montinho from IOPA. We'll hear from various members of the Mapfre team, and finally, we'll hear from a panel to discuss from Zurich, Legal & General and Generali to discuss analytics and implementing analytics in our functions. And finally, you can submit questions to any of our panelists via Slido. You can also use the platform to connect with colleagues by inviting them to a meeting and participating. This facility will be available to everyone who's attending until the 8th of December.